A fellow tenant, Ahmed, who was a drug addict, had always displayed troubling behavior, showing signs of aggression and making unwelcome advances towards Nafisa in the past. With Aisha now admitted in the hospital, Nafisa found herself alone in the apartment, vulnerable to Ahmed's bad intentions. Seizing the opportunity, he attempted to force himself upon Nafisa when she came home to carry food to her ailing mother. Please like and subscribe to our YouTube channel, African Tale Treasures. You can as well leave a comment. Thank you very much. In the heart of Jigawa in northern Nigeria, there lived a young girl named Nafisa, who resided with her mother in a modest rented apartment owned by a strict and unsympathetic female landlord, Hajia Turai. Nafisa found herself in a dire situation when her mother, Aisha, suddenly fell ill due to her heart condition. Desperate to gather funds for her mother's medical treatment, Nafisa hurriedly approached Hajia Ture, pleading for assistance. However, the landlord remained unmoved by Nafisa's distress, refusing to offer any financial aid. Nafisa was left with no choice but to seek help elsewhere. Feeling disheartened by Hajia Turai's refusal, Nafisa quickly decided to seek help from a close friend, Fatima. Nafisa and Fatima shared a special friendship, attending the same school and cherishing their bond despite their differing economic backgrounds. While Fatima hailed from a wealthy family, Nafisa's life revolved around the simplicity of her mother's love and their modest means. Despite the financial contrast between their lives, Nafisa remained content with the little her mother Aisha provided for them. Aisha's unwavering love and guidance instilled in Nafisa a sense of gratitude for life's blessings, teaching her the value of commitment and resilience. However, fate had other plans. When Nafisa reached out to Fatima for support, she discovered that Fatima was already committed, accompanying her own mother on an urgent errand. Fatima's unavailability left Nafisa in a state of distress, feeling uncertain about where to turn for help. Nafisa remembered another friend, Jamila, who also attended the same school and had always been very caring. Jamila, however, is not from a wealthy family. Her father is a teacher and her mother is a complete housewife. Without hesitation, Nafisa rushed to Jamila's house, hoping she could assist in this desperate time of need. When she arrived, she warmly welcomed her, noticing the distress evident on Nafisa's face. With tears in her eyes, Nafisa explained the critical situation her mother was facing and the urgent need for financial support. Jamila was unhappy about the situation and contacted her parents for support. But there was not much they could do. The amount they offered Nafisa was too small to take care of her ailing mother. At the hospital, Aisha, Nafisa's mother, lay in her hospital bed, weak and helpless, awaiting the medications prescribed by the doctor to alleviate her pain and aid her recovery, but to no avail. Panic surged through Nafisa as she desperately searched her pockets, hoping to find any overlooked coins or notes. Despite her efforts, the reality remained stark. She was still short of the required amount to purchase the medications essential for her mother's treatment. Feeling a sense of desperation and helplessness, Nafisa's mind raced with worries about how to overcome this obstacle. She couldn't bear the thought of her mother suffering due to the lack of proper medication. Tears welled up in her eyes as she contemplated the dire situation. Since Nafisa was a young girl, her mother Aisha had been her sole caretaker, providing unwavering love and support. Despite her fragile health condition, Aisha had always been Nafisa's rock, shielding her from harm and offering comfort in times of distress. In the midst of the distressing situation with her mother's hospitalization, a dark and terrifying incident unfolded at the apartment where Nafisa and her mother resided. A fellow tenant, Ahmed, who was a drug addict, had always displayed troubling behavior, showing signs of aggression and making unwelcome advances towards Nafisa in the past. With Aisha now admitted in the hospital, Nafisa found herself alone in the apartment, vulnerable to Ahmed's bad intentions. Seizing the opportunity, he attempted to force himself upon Nafisa when she came home to carry food to her ailing mother, driven by his predatory desires. However, Nafisa, filled with fear and instinctive survival, fought back fiercely. In a moment of sheer terror and determination, Nafisa grabbed an object within her reach and struck Ahmed, stunning him and creating an opportunity to escape. With adrenaline coursing through her veins, Nafisa fled from the apartment, leaving Ahmed injured. In the midst of her distress, Nafisa recalled the enduring advice her mother Aisha imparted on her to live responsibly regardless of life's challenges. With tears clouding her vision, Nafisa sought solace in the words of wisdom her mother had always instilled in her. Lost in her thoughts, Nafisa wandered aimlessly, her emotions overwhelming her. Unaware of her surroundings, she found herself standing in the midst of a bustling road. Startled by the sound of screeching tires, an oncoming car stopped to avoid hitting Nafisa. Startled and shaken, Nafisa stood frozen in shock as the driver emerged from the car, concerned and visibly alarmed by what happened. With genuine worry in his eyes, he rushed to her side, asking if she was all right and what had led her to such a difficult situation. Unable to hold back her tears, Nafisa recounted the traumatic incident at her home and her mother's hospitalization. Overwhelmed by her distress and the stranger's unexpected kindness, she poured out her heart to him. Moved by Nafisa's plight, the stranger, whose name was Abba, empathized with her situation. Without a moment's hesitation, he offered his support, insisting on taking her back to the hospital to ensure her mother received the care she desperately needed. This is the end of part 1. Join me in part 2 to get more details of this story. Please like and subscribe to our YouTube channel, African Tale Treasures. You can as well leave a comment. Thank you very much.